Okay, welcome to this. Is going to be slide 12, chapter 4. Establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. So, after you've determined the exact cause of the problem, establish a plan of action. Let's go back again like we like to do here just to recap what we've done. So, in this section, first we identified what the problem is. Computer won't turn on, right? Okay, or computer won't boot up to the operating system. That's identifying the problem. Then, that was a worksheet. Then we say, establish a theory of probable cause. Well, I'm thinking to myself, I write down a couple things. Could be the power cord, right? Could be the surge protector switch. Could be something with a boot issue where it's trying to boot to the USB or CD or floppy drive. All right. Okay, so that's the theory of probable cause. I want to start, and then we get to test the theory to determine the cause. We're going to go in order of the easiest. What's the easiest thing to check? Probably just to see if the cord fell out, right? All right. Okay, before I start like hacking a computer apart. Establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. So this would be we figured out what the problem is, and we're going to establish a plan of action to resolve it and implement the solution. Because the previous slide we tested the theories. So you assume if we tested them, eventually we're going to come across the one that's the problem. All right. So. Establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. After you've determined the exact cause of the problem, establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. Sometimes quick procedures can correct the problem. Plug it in, right? Just plug it in. If a quick procedure does correct the problem, verify full system functionality, and, if applicable, implement preventative measures. Maybe jam the cord in really good so that it doesn't come out. Maybe the power switch was off on the surge protector that's on the floor because they hit it with their foot and flicked the switch like Muhammad did to us, remember? All right? So maybe move it away from the people's feet so you don't get called to that same desk over and over and over again, right? That's preventive, right? It's an example of preventive. If a quick procedure does not correct the problem, research the problem further and then return to step 3 to establish a new theory of the probable cause. So let's say you decided that it was the power cord. You plugged the power cord in, it still wasn't turning on. Oh, we have a problem, right? There's a deeper problem. Maybe because the user, the customer, had already tried that, unplugged it, plugged it, you know what I mean? He'd already been fiddling with it. So it looked like that was the problem, but it wasn't. You got to kind of be a detective. There's something else going on. All right, the user meddled with it. I mean, he might not even know what he did. All right, so after you establish a plan of action, you should research possible solutions. I mean, we're talking something simple. No, we're in the middle of the video. After you establish a plan of action, you should research possible solutions. The figure lists possible research locations. So, this is the figure. If establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement a solution. If no solution is achieved in the previous step, further research is needed to implement the solution. Help desk repair logs. So, like previous things people have tried. Ask other technicians. Go to the manufacturer's website. Technical websites. I go to a site called Stack Overflow a lot for coding issues, and they have other things there. News groups, computer manuals, device manuals, online forums, just a simple internet search. Okay, so these are places you can research for further research to figure out what's going on. Solve the problem. All right. Divide larger problems into smaller problems that can be analyzed and solved individually. Prioritize solutions starting with the easiest and fastest to implement. Create a list of possible solutions and implement them one at a time. So you churn through the list one at a time so you know what worked and didn't work. If you implement a possible solution and it does not correct the problem, reverse the action you just took, and then try another solution. They're saying like you might have done something for a solution, so you might have to like undo that before you try the next one. That's what we're talking about there. Continue this process until you have found the appropriate solution. All right, that's the end of the slide. I'll see you on the flippity flip.